Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do two things. One is replacing this furnace vent that the boot is just no good anymore. It's all brittle and cracked, but it is a double walled pipe with two venting spaces, so it's making it a little tricky. And this is a dryer vent that keeps getting stuck open from the lint, and it's pretty rusty. It's in pretty bad shape. So I'm just going to start out by loosening all the shingles around the area of this furnace vent. And once I do that, then I can actually get the old boot off and get the new boot on. To do this one, we didn't want to cut that pipe because it's a specialty pipe. Actually, two vents Y-in from the bottom. It might be a water heater in the furnace, and one vents out the top hole, and one vents out that little spaceship looking thing in the middle. So we decided to try a split boot. I've never dealt with one of these before, so you can see how it all went here and get an idea what it takes to get it done. We figured it was a lot cheaper than replacing the whole double vent system. So these come with multiple sizes. It says the size right on the side of it. And I cut my first hole a little bit small because I wanted to make sure I was reading the right line. I didn't want to cut it too big by accident. So I used a pair of utility scissors to cut the slit. I ended up using a utility knife. It cut a little bit easier. Once I got the initial slit made, I went back and cut a little bit extra off of the inside of that slit so that my two mating surfaces would fit together a little bit better. I started out trying to do this with the scissors as well, but figured out a utility knife was a little bit easier to use. Just be careful that you don't cut a big nick in it. Definitely want to try to stay on the line so you don't have a weird shaped circle. Obviously this didn't come together at first, so I had to cut the next level out so it'd fit. I'm going to dry fit it to make sure it all goes together. Okay, before I get all my sealer in. Got all my old stuff that was still in the pipe. I should have did that first, but better late than never. So here I'm just trying out these clips that come with the actual boot. I'll put a link in the description for this boot if you're interested in what it is. I took some roof cement and squirted it on the seam. Just felt like it would be a better seal. And then you clip these metal clips on. They're actually stainless steel, so they won't rust. And once I got them all on, then I went back and crimped them. Okay, it says tighten these using multi-grips. I'm not sure what that is, so we're just going to use the pliers and try to pinch these together a little bit. Put a little sealant under the sides here. I just use roofing nails to secure this boot in place as they direct you to. And I had my helper help hold up some shingles while I pounded some roofing nails in. It sure helped to have an extra hand. This boot fit differently on the roof, so it was easier to just get the shingle back in by splitting it, because where the seam would be was going to be just fine under some other shingles. After cementing down the loose shingles, it was on to the dryer vent. So one last thing I did was put some roof sealer around the rim of this boot, just to make sure no water got in there. Good on here, and then we have these holes here that now are exposed. We gotta cover them up. I'm just gonna put some here just to cover this up, because there's a nail that's exposed and it just doesn't look very nice. And if I had something to smooth this out, I would, but I don't have it right now in my hand, so I'm just using my finger. Not recommended. The roof tore just a little, or the shingles tore just a little bit right here, so we're gonna put. Alright, there's the final deal. Deck tight, retrofit, split boot. And that's kind of what we got to deal with. This didn't come down as far as the original, so we had to just kind of fill this in with some asphalt sealer, but it should work just fine. So same process for the dryer vent. Get all the shingles loose in the vicinity of the vent so we can get to the flange and get it off. So this piece here fits over this 4-inch pipe that's already here, but the problem is the hole here that's already in the roof is too small to anchor this. So we're going to take this piece here of scrap metal and we're going to attach it to the roof, and then this will attach the metal. All right, so we just need to get this transferred onto here, cut a hole out. Okay.
Just doing crafts up here.
See why I don't do other kinds of crafts? I do plenty of crafting and other things. That'll work, won't it? So this new dryer vent was a different size, so I had to make some modifications to the shingles around it to make everything fit. Crafting again. Once I got everything on the roof taken care of, I went inside to connect the 4-inch dryer ductwork to the new vent. That was using self-tapping screws and duct tape. And then I also retaped that insulation around the pipe. Hope you got something out of this today, guys. Until next time, good luck with all your projects.